Yeah, there's a lot of politics and sneaker Twitter, and a lot of different opinions and beliefs, and that's just what the internet and Twitter is. But for the most part, you want to get a majority of what sneaker culture is like these days. Like you can just hop on Twitter and see it,
100%.
and you'll see a lot of people want to know about stock numbers. I want to know what the stock numbers is.
Yeah.
Is this sneaker going to be rare? Is it going to be hard to get?
Yep.
And if I've even seen people like a sneaker, be hella happy that they got it, and then say, "Oh, let me backtrack. Get the sneaker, be hella happy that they got it, see that they weren't the only ones that hit, and then be like, man, I thought I like came up. Like, I thought I had something special. It's just like, you like the sneaker, right?
Yeah.
Then why does that matter that everyone else got it?
They're mad that it didn't like sell out.
Yeah.
That's like sitting on sneakers.
They're like, every time I get to hit, it's always on something that everyone got.
Exactly.
And I'm just like, everyone's chasing that got 'em screen. That
The
Nike,
big one.
yeah, they're chasing that Nike got 'em screen for that Travis Scott Air Max,
Some
that
SBs.
Travis Scott High, that Off-White this or something like that. They know is just gonna be like, damn, I could either flip this and get this, like get a shoe that I really, really want, or I can make me a lot of bread off of this.
Yep.
And to that, I just, to each his own. Me personally, if I like it, I love it, I'm gonna try to get it.
Solid.
I feel like I went very, very hard on that.
Oh no, you did.
Hey,
Good.
that's you play no games
I-
about.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Playing
did
no
y'all
games
get to,
about
yeah, did y'all even get to say what y'all played?
bro.
No,
Hey,
no,
hey, do your thug.
my bad, because I do get pretty passionate about it. Like,
Oh,
man, I
we-
could
Yeah.
Hey,
I could talk about just so much just shit that I just see wrong with sneaker culture right now, and it just, like I said, I can go all night.
I think that goes into my first question really well, actually. One of the questions I had lined up for you was, what are kind of like stuff you're seeing in the culture? If it's a trend right now that you're just not really feeling.
Let's see. I'll say one of the things that I'm seeing a lot of is these days, like, so Nike SBs are like blowing up.
Yeah.
Right. Like Nike SB has been doing their thing. They've been creating, and one thing I like about their shoes is that they create shoes that really are intentional a lot of the times. They like, for example, the Nike SB, the Harito Dunks.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they always are able to tell a lot of good stories with their kicks.
Damn.
And so outside of skaters wanting to gatekeep Nike SBs, there's been a lot of there's been a lot of people that want to try to rip away what makes sneakers so fun and what makes sneakers so interesting to collect. And that's really just the stories and kind of like just what the sneaker means for other people and what the sneaker should mean to people. Like, we were like going back and forth on Twitter about the Doritos dunk in itself, and people were upset because folks start talking about how y'all gonna say that this shoe done got nothing to do with Mexican culture? Like, y'all are just creating division and this and that. Anyone can buy the shoe. It doesn't matter. And we're like, well, yeah, you can buy the shoe. All we're saying is like, be mindful that this shoe is a representation of like Latino culture. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
And, yeah, and so it's like there are a lot of people who want to rip that away. For example, Ama Manier. Ama Manier is a black-owned, they're a black-owned boutique.
Yeah.
And so, like, they've been making a lot of sneakers. And they've even kind of just, like, done visuals depicting, like, the black plight, the black struggle, and kind of, like, the triumph. Like, I want to say with the Jordan 1, and like they did a Jordan 1, a Jordan 2, a 3, and a 4, and all those were kind of like just speaking to blackness. And there are a lot of people who wanted to know, oh, well, since I'm white, since I'm Hispanic, can I not buy the shoe? And some people would say like, well, we're not saying that you can't buy the shoe, but what we're telling you is that like this is what this shoe means, and it's gonna mean a lot to a lot of people. And some people just pop up and be like, man, shoes are just shoes. They're, you know what I'm saying? You guys are just making this deeper than what it is. And it's just like, no, we're not. It is what it is, bro. Like, this is this is a thing. Like, this isn't something that we're just making up. And yeah, man, it's been exhausting lately. People want to know, can they buy shoes? And then one guy on YouTube made like a whole video about it. Hey, I'm white. Can I buy sneakers? It's like, bro, we're not telling you that. All we want to tell you is that when you buy this shoe, just know the message, know the story, and know what this is connected to. I mean, people are gonna do what they do, but it's more so just like, I also hate like when creators get the shoe and they don't really talk about that. Like, they're like, they'll get like the I'm on my year Jordan 1 and be like, yeah, I got this shoe. It looks really cool. Look at the cracked leather on it. And then completely omit what the sneaker is supposed to represent or mean.
It's what do you call it? You know, they watched that Jordan clip where Republicans buy shoes too, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, basically.
So, you know, so
and so
you saying that reminded me of like the My Cause My Cleats kind of thing that they've done with football, and really being able to like customize your cleats in the aspect of like being able to represent whoever you wanted to represent, whatever you wanted to represent, and wear that. And I think that's kind of where different shoe brands and different shoe opportunities are kind of taking hold of too as well. It's like really putting a message on people's feet, and I think it's important that message is just spread, whatever message you want to spread. And I think, I think that's dope. That they're really tapping into a different market, and football kind of was a curveball for that. I think that kind of started a lot. So.
Yeah, like that type of stuff is important, man, and it means a lot. Like hell, like the J Balvin. I applauded Nike because the J Balvin 3s. I don't know if you guys have seen them yet. And I actually am getting them. I had someone
the Medellin Sunrise.
Someone hooked me up with their EA. So they did an EA exclusive access, and I just put, and I got to start doing it more. But I just put a beacon of hope out there. I asked, I said, hey, does anybody, have EA on these? And someone hit me up, was like, I do. I said, and they just left it at I do. And I was just like, are you gonna get them, or are you gonna help me get them? He's like, you can have it. I was like, are you serious? I'm like. Mind you, I've never met this person before. Like, I never met them in real life, so I am approaching it like with a little bit of skepticism. I'm just like, show me that you have it. And he's like, sends me a screenshot. I'm just like, oh shit, like it's a whole full size run. And I'm like, can I log into your account, use my Apple Pay and buy them? He's like, yeah. I'm like, this is crazy. I was like, you don't get this type of like love and like support, like someone ooping you a pair like that. That shit just doesn't happen. Wow. And so shout out to you. Shout out to you if you're watching this, if you end up watching this. I really appreciate that.
It comes and it goes. You mentioned those Amamanye 4s. I have them. Those are one of my grails from last year because I got to meet Mr. Whitaker when I was in college. Really dope guy. Really, really cool guy. I got to talk to him one-on-one about business and all this stuff. Really cool guy. So it stuck with me, and his whole concept of retail, what retail can be, what Amamanye is, and all this. And I love the whole concept of it. So I've been following him. So I saw the 4s. I'm like, I need those. Missed out on them. I was willing to pay resale for them. StockX fucked me. The seller never sent them. Took like 3 weeks to get a refund. Damn. On like $450.
That's another reason why I don't even go through that.
Yeah. Then I was working a trade where I was doing like a Trailblazer signed ball with a local business that had them. I show up. They sell them. They sold them the day before. Whatever. All right. 2 strikes. Last one came through. My buddy works at Nike. They were doing a Thirsty Thursday, selling some leftover inventory, and he knew I wanted them. He's got my size for $120.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like with the J Balvin 3s, right? When I get them, like I'm not gonna sit there and just be like, hey, this shoe is beautiful. Look at the colorway, blase, blase. Yeah, these are going straight to feet. It's like, dude, you gotta kind of like I applauded Nike because they released these on the day that Hispanic Heritage Month started. And I'm like, bro, stuff like that, like little things like that matter. Like you kick something, like you kicked a dope ass sneaker off on the beginning of Hispanic Heritage Month, and it's in collaboration with J Balvin. Yeah, like that's how you be intentional. That's how, like that's what makes sneaker culture amazing and fun.
100%.
And speaking of the Amamanye 4s, I love that James Whitaker like James Whitaker and his team did what they did with those and how they released them. I actually got a pair from the way that they did it. They wanted you to submit a video about what you feel is important in the world, because that's what the sneaker was coming out like around like election times. And I really wish that they did more stuff like that, like stuff that made you
personable.
Yeah, and it made you realize that, man, there's more important things in the world than sneakers. Like I said, I don't fuck around about sneakers, but I do care a lot about like the way our future looks and the way that it's shaped. And a part of me feels like that's why I work with kids so much, is because I have this thought and this theory that, like, bro, kids are legit the future. Like, some people just say that shit, and I think they just say it to sound good, but it's like, bro, I really feel like Trunks. I feel like Trunks. Like, I feel like I'm changing the future.
See what you did there,
bro. I feel like I'm shaping and I'm changing the future, and what I tell these kids and what I do with them will change their future, and it'll change mine. Cause I mean,